I mean, give us a sense of how long could this possibly take?
Well, I mean, clearly there were rushes made in terms of doing some scientific evidence, and generally, and I know that Channel 5 and many others have reported on the backlogs that exist in terms of doing some of that work. There were a lot of things that were expedited here because of all of the national security issues and because of just what this case was all about. But yes, you're absolutely right. There will be pieces of evidence that need to be meticulously tested, that need to be sent to laboratories to be reviewed by experts. And that type of work takes a lot of time. And clearly, before a defendant is even brought to court, there is just so much information that needs to be processed. And consider that in this case, the crime scene is literally throughout the eastern part of Massachusetts. I mean, if you think about the fact that this goes back to last Monday when the marathon happened, I mean, you've got 26 miles of a crime scene. You've got evidence that's collected in Watertown that will need to be inspected, Cambridge. So you're absolutely right. The evidence that will be analyzed here is going to take a long time to fully process.
David, the U.S. Attorney wouldn't go here in terms of speaking about whether or not we would seek the death penalty in this case, but clearly this is a highly charged environment right now. It is a federal crime that has been committed. Is there any way that this suspect is not going to face the death penalty?
Well, it's a political decision that will be made in Washington, and Congress Ortiz did mention that Attorney General Holder and obviously the President would ultimately be the ones to make it. But I agree. I mean, if this is not a death penalty case, then show me what is. And
right.
There is precedent here in Massachusetts. I mean, Gary Sampson, not that long ago, was prosecuted under the death penalty. He was convicted. The case he recently, a motion for new trial was allowed. But there is precedent for the U.S. Attorney and the Department of Justice in a Massachusetts courtroom to seek it. And I'm for whatever it's worth, if I was looking into a legal crystal ball, I certainly would expect that they would ultimately decide to seek it here.
So, David, walk up the legal ladder just a little bit for me, if you would. Provided that he survives his wounds and he comes through, what is the next step for him?
Well, the next step would be to appear in front of a magistrate judge in Boston at the Moakley Courthouse for an initial appearance.